A major bloodline match has been added to WWE Crown Jewel. Plus, AJ Styles comments on the pitch for him to enter the TNA Hall of Fame. And we have an injury update on TNA star Chris Bey. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. The OGs are back together. No, not just me and Adam.
Stop it.
What fun we're having. No, the Bloodline.
They are
the original boys.
Together, and not just that, they are going to be competing at Crown Jewel. It was confirmed last night that Roman Reigns will team with Jimmy and Jey Uso to face 3 members of the new Bloodline in a 6-man tag action.
We had the reuniting of Jimmy and Jey on Raw last night.
Oh, I read the SmackDown spoilers, so I knew it was happening.
Yeah, we all did. But it was nice. There was some nice stuff that was said in there. The idea that Jey says they no longer get us confused. Like, we're our own people. If we're going to do this again, you be Jimmy, I be Jey.
Yeah, so everyone knows Jey, and then there's Jimmy.
yeah, they used to just be the Usos. Now they're Jey and the other one. That's very mean to Jimmy. I apologize. And then this led to the Bloodline doing a run-in and attempting to beat them up, and they sent them packing. Jey is going to be on SmackDown this Friday, as we know, to squash the beef with Roman Reigns. That's already happened. The greater world knows, so therefore later in the night they announced that, it's a 6-man, it's the OG versus the new Bloodline.
I'm panicking here, Tom.
Oh,
I'm
why?
panicking. I'm going to lose my job. No, because, right, we're about to film predictions. Predictions is going live tonight, right? And I actually think for the first time in ages, this is a really, really difficult card to predict. And I can't figure out specifically the old Bloodline versus new Bloodline stuff. Where do you stand? And I might steal your ideas
Sure
here.
thing. I would say new Bloodline win.
Oh, okay, right.
Because we've got Survivor Series still to come.
Yeah, we do. And you would put the old Bloodline over there. That's the way that I'm swaying at the moment. Originally, it was the other way around. It was like, well, the new Bloodline 2.0, they're going to win in War Games. But actually, I think it's going to be the other way around. I think old Bloodline win here, and then the new Bloodline, big, lovely moment on one of the big 4 pay-per-views.
There's some speculation as well from Worked Wrestling that we'll see Sami Zayn appear at Crown Jewel on Saturday, presumably to make the save for the OG Bloodline and get those 4 together ahead of War Games.
It's shaping up to be a pretty decent card. 7 matches confirmed for full gear Crown Jewel. Where did that come from? I'm broken. The United States title on the line, LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes.
The WWE Women's Tag titles, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill facing Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, and Damage Control and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens.
Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed one-on-one. They had a wild brawl on Raw last night that saw Bronson Reed Death Valley driver-ing Seth Rollins off the truck into some tables. And do you know what? The setup they had on Raw last night with that bit, that was basically the backstage parking lot bit from WWF No Mercy. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh, good shout.
That is exactly what it is.
Good shout.
Filled my crusty old man heart to the brim.
The Crown Jewel Championships both being...
I love how we both good for.
You got the women's matches, Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan, and then Cody versus Gunther on the men's side. It's going to be big.
They are big. Like the belts, it's going to be big. Who is going to put those on their mantelpiece for 12 months next to that little porcelain doll of a pig? Find out this Saturday at Crown Jewel. Predictions later on today with yourself and the smaller version of you, Andrew.
He's bald.
Smaller version of you.
Yeah, okay.
Smaller version
I'll
of you.
take it. I wish. He's a lovely, handsome man.
Well,
also,
you're
we
both
got,
handsome
men.
men.
Oh, stop it. We got pictures coming up tomorrow. Then a big special Halloween-esque video from Fraser looking at one of the worst shows ever. It's a Halloween Havoc. Can you guess which one? And on top of that, we've got live reactions on Saturday afternoon. We got what happened at, and then WTF moments over on Patreon next week as well.
But Adam,
I know.
I can't wait till Halloween to watch the Halloween Havoc one.
Go on then, sign up to Patreon. It's on there already. Oh my word.
Oh, that makes me feel better. Thank you. Patreon.com/Cultaholic, the new home of WTF moments. You can watch video versions of the classic reviews, and you can be part of a future episode of Desert Island Graps as well if you're a patron. Details at patreon.com/Cultaholic. AJ Styles was reportedly pitched to go into the Hall of Fame at TNA Bound for Glory this past weekend, something that WWE, according to reports, shot down. AJ has addressed this.
Yeah, they got a lot of criticism for not allowing AJ to enter the TNA Hall of Fame, but AJ Styles taken to Twitter saying, "I'm still an active wrestler. I hope." Obviously, he's a bit hurt right now. "I made the decision not to go into the TNA Hall of Fame, not WWE. I appreciate TNA, but I don't want to go into any Hall of Fame as long as I'm still active. My choice." And you got to admire that. You got to feel a bit sorry for WWE for getting all the flack, because they did get a lot of flack. It's like, oh, that's really, really unfair after all TNA have done for WWE, blah, blah, blah. But it was AJ Styles' choice. And I really respect it. I always thought it was weird with like Rey Mysterio being an active member of the roster and a Hall of Famer. It just doesn't quite work. It's no big deal or anything. But...
Well, he kind of cut out the middleman, didn't he? Really did Rey, because like normally you go in the Hall of Fame and then you wait a bit and then you make like what a dramatic return. So he just went, look, I just cut out the dramatic return bit. You know, he's like, you know, when a band goes off stage and everyone shouts, "Encore, encore," and then all right, we'll come back on. He's just cutting out that bit where he's leaving the stage. I just want to carry on. And so I still think AJ Styles at some point needs to go into that TNA Hall of Fame.
It's not a TNA Hall of Fame without him. Let's be honest.
It is really, really not. TNA Bound for Glory took place this weekend, and then we had tapings for Impact in Detroit. Two of the big takeaways from those Detroit tapings were two injuries to stars. Vikingo, who seemed to suffer a leg injury off a springboard corkscrew, and a terrifying moment involving Chris Bey, who took a neck breaker and then just didn't move after that. He was stretchered out of the building, and we saw a lot of talent from TNA and beyond sending well wishes and asking people to pray for Chris Bey. Fightful Select give us an update. First of all, on Vikingo, who was injured at the tapings, and Fightful say Vikingo returned to Detroit Hotel Sunday night after being treated at the hospital for a right knee injury. He's on crutches and wearing a leg brace. Vikingo flew home to Mexico on Monday, where he'll be examined and treated by his specialist. This is Vikingo, who's not long come back from a long spell on the bench with a torn meniscus, I do believe.
Yeah, I find him incredibly exciting to watch, obviously, but I sort of watch like that sometimes because his moveset, his in-ring style is bonkers, and it's not especially surprising that he's going to be picking up injuries because of the style. It's some of the moves that he hits are just bonkers, aren't they? They're mad. They're mad. So get well soon, mate.
And Fightful also offer us an update on Chris Bey's status, but also we have an update from TNA as well.
Yeah, TNA themselves saying Chris Bey is recovering at the hospital following surgery for the neck injury suffered Sunday night, and he had an MRI procedure on Monday. Excuse me. He was resting in his hospital room Monday night, joking, talking about Bound for Glory, and in good spirits. Chris will be in Detroit for a few days, and family members have joined him, along with TNA Wrestling management and wrestlers who are staying in Detroit. As you say, a lot of people wishing their support. TNA and beyond. Big E put out a tweet. Joe Hendry, before his concert thing, just told everybody in attendance, just keep him in your thoughts and everything. It sounds very, very serious indeed. There's a GoFundMe that's been set up to support him during his recovery. People have been incredibly generous already. It's already hit $25,000, and we'll leave a link to that in the description below.
We send a lot of love to Chris Bey and to Vikingo as well for full and speedy recoveries. And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.